All right, so we're live now. We're live. We're looking good. Today it is the third edition of the online Black Think Tank. I'm your humble host and brother. It's real talk, real people. Let's go ahead and send these links out. Get them out. Get them out. Get them out. Feel free again if you're watching and you want to add to this think tank, please do, because we want as much participation and as much help as we can get to go ahead and make this. I want to hear from you guys. I have a few ideas, but it's always about. Oh, yeah, yes. It's going to be a lot of that. All right, so disregard any sort of interruptions on that. Uh, Actually, it'd be good to even get um, wisdom from the elders on this one as well, in regards to things we can do to make everything better. So let me go ahead and log on to Facebook. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this, because this is very important, as always, and forever. Oh, I didn't know they have Facebook Black. I like that. Facebook Black is tight. Let's go ahead and log out. I think I'm gonna change mine to Facebook Black. I like that. Let's see, 813-300-3890. As you can tell, I'm not in my normal setup, but it is just as good, if not better. Truly believe that. Enrico Pucci's World. There we go. Feel free to join. Feel free to join. All right, cool. Alrighty, so I said I was going to share something interesting with you guys, so I will do that. I'll pull that up now, actually. But let's see where we left off. Last time we left off, we already talked about child education. We talked about the app. We talked about self-defense, book club / audio club / TED Talk type deal, scholastic and literary education tools. We talked about that. We talked about etiquette. Well, we really didn't go into etiquette. That was actually one of the new ones that I put. We didn't really go into that one too much. But all intents and purposes, it's pretty amazing if you think about it. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen on this one. Oh, okay. So Udemy has another sale, Unlimited Learning Potential. Build your library for $10.99 through June 14th through tomorrow. Definitely take advantage of that. Definitely take advantage of it. Hey, good morning, Jimmy. Good morning. Good morning. Great to have you here. Great to have you here. So we always talk about different things to give us the edge and definitely make the community a better place, just better all around. So I want to share something with you. I'm going to share my other screen a moment here, because I want to show you a course that I bought. And these are ways that we can, again, become more self-reliant, do more community building, industry building. And I just found this, it was cheap when I bought it because it was on sale. But I want to show you guys this. I think you guys will find this very interesting. Let's go share this screen, share this window. All right. So, as you can see on the screen, what does that say? That says how to build a free energy device. Now, you know me, I definitely I try to stay on the cutting edge of technology. Let me try to upload this up a bit. And I think this would just be amazing, right? So when we talk about building industry, having to start over, having to, patronize our own businesses and things of this nature, one of the things that will be very crucial is being able to generate power, being able to generate energy, so small scale to large scale, right? And there's a couple different ways you can do that. You have hydroelectric, you got nuclear, you got regular coal. Well, I don't know if they still burn coal, clean coal, stuff like that, so on and so forth. But as we know in history, from an ancient African to ancient civilizations, use different forms of energy. Some use gravity, 0-point gravity. Some use the magnetic field of the earth itself. There's a whole bunch of different sources of energy that can be used. So what we're going to take a look at is this course on how to build a free energy device. So this is a I don't think any of you have ever seen a live stream like this, and I like to bring you guys some very unique and interesting content because that's what you guys get with us, get with me. So a quick primer, what is a free energy device? A free energy device is something that can perpetually create energy forever. We pay monthly electric bills that are pretty cheap for the most part, depending if it's a summer, winter, depending where you are. And we are beholden to energy companies, Tico, with Lakuchi, wherever you're at, right? You need power to run all these things. And if you're able to generate power in this world, then you have power, right? So back in ancient times, ancient civilizations, power used to be something that anyone could generate. Anyone knew how to generate. Nowadays, we get all of our power from electric companies. It's part of a doomsday scenario. Oh my gosh, all the power shuts down. What are we going to do? That's because we're getting our power from one source. But people back in ancient times didn't do that, right? They used the natural energies to power things. It's conceivable to believe that you'd have just how you drive down the road and you see those street lights, 1, 200 to 300 feet away from the other one, right? And all we see is that they're on. There's wires below and stuff like that. Well, they didn't have that to that extent back in ancient times, prehistory and stuff like that. They used electrical fields like, Nikola Tesla would use. Most of Tesla's things in regards to free energy and that type of power sourcing and wireless energy output and input, he got that from ancient African, ancient cosmology, Kemetic principles, right? Stuff they don't tell you. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, how to build a free energy device. So let's see here. Welcome to How to Build a Free Energy Device. Please answer a couple questions to help us improve recommendations to you and other students. Now, this is slept on. You wouldn't find this unless you knew what to look for, knew what to type. How familiar are you with the topic of this course? Somewhat familiar, but let's go with no prior knowledge, right? No, I would say some familiar related knowledge, yeah. Are you taking this course for personal interest? Yes. Are you learning to get better at an existing hobby, explore a new interest, turn passion into business, or none of the above? Let's say explore new interests. How will you use what you learned from this course? To help my fellow man. Thank you. All right. So let's go ahead and play this. Again, I bought this. This is my information. Hola. Hello, AC. Hello. So again, we're talking about, again, power generation. So I guess today's theme of Online Black Think Tank is learning how to generate power. That way we can become self-sufficient as a community and a people. And again, this is nothing that's like super crazy. I mean, people used to do this a long time ago. You know, people grew their own food. They were farmers. Now we go to supermarkets, right? So it's just putting more power in your hands to be able to control your own lives. That's what it's all about. All right, so let's go ahead and listen to this, the introduction here. I would definitely suggest, I'm not going to go through this whole course with you guys. Definitely patronize this person, buy their course, right? I'm not going to do them like that, but I will play the introduction just to give you guys an idea of what we're trying to do with making the community better. But I will put a link for the course in the description of this video. That way, if you guys want to learn how to make your own free energy devices, get from underneath the energy companies, and be self-sufficient, this is how you do it.
Introduction. John Bedini is one of the true legends of the free energy movement. Starting from a very young age, John always wanted to build a self-running combination of an electric motor and an electric generator. Being told it was impossible, even hundreds of times, did not deter him. By 1984, John published his first book on the subject, titled Bedini's Free Energy Generator. In this book, John describes how to connect an ordinary electric motor to a specially designed energizer and switching the circuit to produce a self-running machine that charges its battery while running. Multiple working models were shown at a Tesla conference in Colorado Springs, Colorado, in the same year. This first success did not produce the results that John was looking for. The large model shown at the conference was built by Jim Watson. Immediately after the conference, Jim's machine was confiscated and Jim was forced to take a multi-million-dollar payoff to quit working on it. Shortly thereafter, John was roughed up in his own shop and told...
All right, so I'm going to stop there. That's another thing about this. Whenever someone embarks upon making a free energy device, almost, I don't want to say 100% of the time, unless if they got to keep it on the hush hush, but about 95 to 90%, 90 to 95% of the time, if they make a free energy device, the government instantly confiscates it. This is factually and documented. It's been proven and factually proven and documented throughout the decades. It's just something that the government does. They find that, wow, this person's created a free energy device, which allows them to empower themselves, instant government confiscation, and they pay you off. Now, why is that? That alone should make you pause a moment and think about, well, damn, they really want us to be relying on them no matter what. And if we create the means to become self-reliant, it's instant. Okay, no. Here's $1 million, a couple $1 million, or a cease and desist if you're lucky, and they take your stuff. And then, if you file a patent for it and they're like, oh man, this works, they're coming knocking on your door. So that's another thing. But here's the thing. I mean, they kick in black folks' doors on suspicion of of just about anything. So I don't think black folks got to worry about anything getting confiscated at this point. I mean, it's nothing new. So I definitely think it's something worth doing because What did Michael say? They don't really care about us. Look at that. Hold on. Look at this. Hold on. Now you guys see this? They're literally messing up the screen. Hold on. Yeah, I was about to say. Look at that. Ain't that interesting? Look at that. Already getting interference. Like and share the stream, man. You can see what they're already doing. It's crazy. Let's keep going.
The rest of his life, or else. For the next 17 years, John continued to work on his ideas, but only built toy-sized models and rarely showed them to anyone.
Smart.
Except close friends. Then in 2001, a very interesting thing happened. The father of a 10-year-old schoolgirl who worked in a shop a few doors down from John's shop came over to ask for some help with his daughter's science fair project. Having an interest in helping younger folks learn about his technology, John coached a girl named Shawnee Farmer on how to build a small energizer based on his design. The energizer that Shawnee built ran on a little 9-volt battery for over a week, all the while lighting up an LED and spinning a rotor at high speed. She even had a series of posters explaining why it worked. The machine absolutely infuriated the science teachers because they could not explain why the battery was not running down. But the other teachers and students loved it, and she won Best of Show by popular demand. This was the advent of what became known as the Bedini Schoolgirl Energizer, or the Bedini SG for short. News spread fast around the older internet world, and Jane Manning, a journalist and writer for Atlantis Rising magazine, wrote an article about Sony's Energizer, including other details about John Bedini's energy technology and experiences. This article was called "The Attractions of Magnetism. Could a Little Child Be Leading Us to a Free Energy Future?" In the last 15 years, the Bedini SG has become the best known and most replicated free energy machine on the planet. For beginners in the field, it has become somewhat of a rite of passage. Unless you have built one and learned what it has to teach, the nature of these discoveries will remain a mystery. It is quite simply the project to start with.
Wow. So, and that's another thing. November 5th, he was, came up, ended up dead. This guy. All because he created free energy devices. Now, like I said, we're only going to play the introduction because if you want more, obviously, buy this course. I would highly suggest it. So that's the type of stuff you need to do. Here's the thing. Black folks don't need to be afraid to engage in building devices like this, producing their own energy. They're literally knocking niggas' doors down and killing them for the littlest things, for seemingly benign reasons. So you can't be afraid to protect yourself. You can't be afraid to get off the teat of government and other power structures and other groups. We have to, again, adopt and do these things ourselves so that we can make sure we're providing the best and most positive outcome for ourselves, our families, our children, things of that nature. So I think Black folks getting into learning STEM fields, electrical engineering, things like that, and learning how to build free energy devices is paramount to the success of the community. Remember, we were the first ones to come up with this technology, right? So it's only right. It's almost like poetic that we be the ones to make this the cornerstone of our communities and some of our businesses. Imagine being able to start a business and not have to worry about energy costs to run your business, right? To keep the lights on. If you're running a kitchen and you have electric stoves, things like that. These small things seemingly can have huge and gigantic impacts. And these are the things that we really need to look into and work out into. So I think we should add free energy devices. And of course, I implore you all, do your own research. That is what I always implore you all to do, because that's what's really important about how we move forward and do these things. So let's go ahead and click back on Online Black Think Tank. So let's go ahead and add, and that's really a damn shame that you try to break free and they kill you, right? That guy seemed like a relatively nice guy, helped a little girl, her neighbor with the student project. They couldn't kill the girl, so they killed the guy that helped the girl. And then because millions of people, or not millions, but people all over the world started replicating the project, they're like, okay, this is getting out of hand. We cannot let people learn how to create their own energy. We just can't. We got to keep that level of control. I mean, consider this. Imagine you had a 3D printer, because this is the wave of the future. I'm gonna paint a tapestry for you. The way of the future is everybody has 3D printers, giant 3D printers. Imagine if you didn't have to worry about energy costs. All you had to worry about was materials. If you need a new addition to your house, you just print it, right? If you need to be able to, if your whole power goes down in your neighborhood, you could have a Tesla Powerwall, or you can just generate your own energy with free energy. No more rushing to Home Depot and Lowe's during a Florida hurricane, right? You can just all right, let's turn on the energy device. Or you probably already have it on. You keep up with the news. You can check on things, keep yourself safe, have lights on, have air conditioner. Good Lord, Florida, any hot place, especially with everything that's going on in the world becoming warmer, weather going crazy, you're going to need air conditioner. No one should have power over you, to turn that on or turn that off. I mean, that's a necessity, it would seem like, or a luxury that's becoming a necessity. So, when you take back control and power to empower yourself, people have less, other forces have less control on you to impose their will upon you, right? Because let's think about the concept of the mark of the beast, right? And that's in Revelations in the Christian Bible. In the time when the mark of the beast becomes prominent, people will neither be able to buy nor sell in mainstream society, because everything is controlled by a power structure that is looking for absolute total power compliance and to impose those powers and rights upon you. But if you yourself are able to harness natural energies and create perpetual energy, then screw someone's mark. You can't buy or sell with everybody. All right, I grow my own food. All right, other people, let's barter with cash. Let's barter with other stuff. You'll see barter and trade going back up, because you're going to be able to take care of yourself and you're not going to be self-reliant like everyone else. So this is definitely something that Black folks should look into, especially if you believe the Black median income by 2050 is going to be zero. then Black folks definitely need to get on being able to create perpetual energy, as well as making hydroponics, making their own food, stuff like that. These pretty much creating a separate infrastructure for basic needs. That way, we don't crumble and fall like the system would want us to. See, if we stay completely reliant on the system, they have carte blanche to do with us whatever they want. But if we become self-sufficient, which is funny, it's the number one thing conservatives say. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Okay, let's do that. Let's see Black folks create their own energy, become self-determined. Oh, hold on. I mean, when we said pull yourself up by your bootstraps, we just said don't complain about your situation. We didn't want you to actually do something about your situation. Right. Okay. I got you. I see it. All right. There's an angle to everything. So this is what I would like to convey to you all. These are important things. So we'll put on the list earning community infrastructure. Community infrastructure projects. Is there a bold button? Bold, yeah. Projects. Community infrastructure projects. We'll put building and maintaining free energy, perpetual energy devices and infrastructure within the community. To aim to enable self-determination and self-reliance, pulling self up by bootstraps. Yeah, all right, we'll do that. We'll pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. When we start pulling, when we start getting up, don't push us. How about that? We'll do that. Just don't push us off balance. How about that? And then what was the other thing? Community makes it purple. That's not per. It's not a cat. Perpetual. Repeat. Perpetual energy device shows within the community enables self-determination, self-reliance. I said also hydro. I think I already put that farming and hydroponics. Did I already put that? Farmers hydro. Yeah. Sorry, I put that. Magnetic and solar energy harvesting. I think that's a good idea. I think it's a really good idea. Really good idea. All right, and yeah, I might actually have to. This was actually the first time I opened this up. I need to do some. I need to do some stuff. But that's an interesting payday. How about this? Black folks trying to make a quick mill Just create some free energy devices, let the government come through, confiscate them, and get you your $1 million check. How about that? Now, you know what's funny? I can see black folks doing that. Oh, I'm about to build a free energy device, man. Man, the government knocks on your door. So we saw you did this. Tell you what, we're gonna confiscate this, but we'll throw you a couple mil. Oh shit, cool. You know, if your regular hood nigga can do it, then anyone can do it, right? But no, that's not true. Hood niggas are very smart. Black folks in general are very smart. So maybe not everybody can do this. But that's a good hustle, right? But I think we should probably do our best to, build these devices, maybe buy some land, create some free energy devices, put a community farm on it, see how well everything runs. I think it's a good idea. Make sure it doesn't have a negative effect on people's bodies or the plant life or animal life. But boom, I mean, that's a good idea. That would be a good, worthy experiment. Imagine if they had that in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man. All right. But yeah, I think that's good that we've been on for over 30 minutes. I think that alone is self-contained. If any of you guys had any questions or any ideas or comments on making this Black Think Tank better, please add. Again, we do this 11 o'clock every Saturday, and it goes on as long as, I want it to. If we have more participation, it'll go on longer, but I think this is a good start. So, as always, this is Real Talk, Real People. Context is everything. And you have a wonderful rest of the day. Wonderful day. Episode 4 next week. Peace.